Hey there, Peninsula folks and beyond. I'm Barry, your friendly neighborhood Peninsula foodie, and today taking a little detour on Barry's Beach Bites from the kitchen, and we're getting you a little perk me up, a little something to kind of get your day going. A little bit of coffee, a little bit of Red Bull, energy drinks, just something to really kind of jack up your day and get you started. Today I'm out here in Ilwaco at the Alt 101 and 101 junction at Buoy Espresso. I've got Lexi and Linnea here today with me, and
Hi.
these ladies are cranking out some killer beverages. Great little snacks to go with them. You guys got like scones, you got cookies.
We got scones, muffin tops, cake pops, all sorts of gluten-free cookies, sugar cookies. I mean, we've got biscuits and gravy now.
Yes, B&G. That's one of my favorite breakfasts in the world. Grab and go B&G. Now I got to ask you about that B&G real quick because I did see that you guys just added that today.
We did.
And it's not a huge container, but it's not a small container. What's that serving of B&G go for you guys? So you get one biscuit split open, smothered in gravy.
Correct.
And then what do you guys sell that for right now?
$6.50.
$6.50. So guys, for a little over $6, you can grab yourself a good little breakfast. Grab a great pick-me-up, little perk-me-up as I like to call it.
Yep.
We're going to actually talk a little bit about these guys and what Buoy 10's really bringing. I mean, it's a family, locally owned family business, fishing family business, no less.
Yep.
And, Lexi's going to tell us a little bit more about what they're all about, what they like to support, and the people they support in the community. It's not just about getting local roasted beans, but it's about giving back to the folks that actually are right here in town.
Yeah, it sure is. We have a commercial fisherman's discount. We've got all of our different cards. So we've got first responder, Coast Guard, military, commercial fishermen.
Nice. Check these out, guys. Check these out. All the different cards, right? All the different cards for all the different folks that are here in town. So if you're a first responder, fisherman, make sure that you're talking about that when you're coming up to the window. Say, hey, I've got a boat down at the dock, or work at the fire department. You'll get a special punch card. What's different about those punch cards?
So these punch cards, when a customer comes in and they hand us their punch card, it shows us that they get the 5% discount. So they get a 5% discount every time they come in if they have the applicable card.
Nice.
And then if someone doesn't have a stamp card, we ask them, hey, are you Coast Guard? Are you a commercial fisherman? Are you first responder? And we consider first responders nurses, doctors, firefighters, EMTs. I mean, everything under the sun when it comes to people that, put the work in.
That's awesome. Yeah. Hey, and I work at the hospital here in town, so trust me, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think you got a first responder.
I got a first responder card. Everybody at work asked me about that. They're like, what the heck, you're not a first responder? I'm like, no, but I'm part of the village. And it takes a village to make that work around here.
Exactly.
So, I mean, tell me a little bit more about, we're here in Ilwaco, almost to Seaview. Correct. Right at the corner of the 101 and Alt 101 junction. You guys have been open for about a little over 3 months now?
About 3.5 months is when we've been open. And it's been crazy. It's been incredible. All of the local support has been absolutely out of this world, and we couldn't ask for any better.
Nice. And they got great, huge, big old signs. I'm going to post some pictures and a review later on Facebook. Huge signs outside, so if you don't know they're here, we got a customer coming up, so I'm going to switch over here to the other side. If you don't know they're here, it's probably because they're not open, because you won't see the signs, but when they're open, you will know exactly where they are. Linnea, go ahead and take your orders. You got to take care of your customers. Lexi's going to make us a special treat today. What kind of drink are we making today?
I like to call it a blended cinnamon roll.
Ooh, blended cinnamon roll. You already got my attention.
Roll, yep, it's definitely a local favorite.
Right on. So tell me more about what goes into this thing. What's in a blended cinnamon roll?
So it's a chai. So it's a flavored chai. I use brown sugar cinnamon and vanilla with a spice chai. And then I blend it up and put some caramel drizzle and some cinnamon and nutmeg and whipped cream, and we go for it.
Cinnamon, caramel, and chai. Oh my! Now, what kind of chai do you guys use? Because I've actually been asked a lot about this already since I've been talking about you guys.
Yeah, I use the Big Train powder chai personally. I think it's a lot more flavorful, and it seems to not have like the concentrated sugar in it.
I'm in your way, Linnea. Just tell me to move.
It has more of like kind of a real sugar in it, and they've got all sorts of cool flavors. We've got a lot of Big Train products in here. Like for the kiddos, we've got cookies and cream, orange cream, cotton candy, all sorts of like cool blended stuff. So they do a lot of stuff, but Big Train chai is the main chai that we use, and I prefer it over anything.
Really sounds like you got a little bit of everything for everybody in the family. You got stuff for the kids, you got stuff for the adults. You guys even do pup-a-chino cups for the furry friends that come out to your window.
Our furry friends mean a lot to us.
That's awesome.
I try to take pictures of every single one that comes through. I have a whole album of them, and
That's awesome. Well, let's make this drink. Let's make a cinnamon roll
Just a blended like cinnamon roll chai.
Blended cinnamon roll chai. So let's start off. So I got to get out of the way here.
Yep.
We're gonna
No, you're good. I'm in Linnea's way too. So we're gonna start with a spice chai.
Okay, so we got.
What size do we want? Do we want to do like a 20, 24?
Let's do a normal size.
So like a 20.
20.
Okay,
20,
we'll do a 20.
Nothing huge.
Yeah. So we'll start with a spice chai.
So we got 3 scoops of the chai powder.
3 scoops of chai powder, and then we're gonna go.
Some Toriyani syrup. So we got brown sugar, cinnamon.
I only have some Torani in here. I prefer Da Vinci because they're less syrupy.
Okay.
So that's what we use. Oh, that's
so little runnier. It doesn't have as thick of a viscosity to the syrup.
Yeah, it's just kind of I guess it's a personal preference because I've got Monin, Torani, and Da Vinci in here. Okay. So I've got all sorts of cool flavors. But
you got all kinds of stuff up there. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. So we'll go in with the brown sugar, cinnamon. And then we'll do the vanilla.
So we got a couple pumps of the brown sugar cinnamon. We got some vanilla cream going in there.
I take a little caramel just because I'm extra.
Drizzle the caramel inside the blend. It's not just going on top. This is going in the blend as well.
Correct. And I'm going to go grab the blender powder. I'll be right back.
You got it. So,
and we use a blender powder. Not a lot of coffee shops do, but some do.
What's a blender powder? Tell me about that.
A blender powder is a base to give it kind of its like structure when it's being blended.
Okay.
So if you were to if you did chai, it's fine because it's already a blender powder base kind of.
Gotcha.
But if you were to do a mocha and not add any kind of blender powder, it would be very icy and liquidy and kind of runny.
Got it.
And so it just it gives it its structure.
It's kind of like a binder.
Correct.
It's like a binder for a meatball.
Correct.
So where I usually do food, today we're doing drinks, so the binder is in the drink today.
Correct. Yes.
So we got the blender powder going in there. Does that have a flavor? Does it add flavor to it?
It's a vanilla.
Okay.
It's a vanilla powder. Yeah.
So we're just kind of boosting up that vanilla syrup that we've already thrown in the drink.
Pretty much. Yep. And then I'm just gonna take a little. I'm getting Linnea's way here. Take a little hot water.
A little hot water to start it. Okay, so that kind of gets things going.
That, and we'll just mix all of this up.
Mixing that up, and then we're going to put, I'm assuming we're going to throw some ice in this.
We're going to throw a couple shots of coffee in here too.
Oh, yeah, buddy. So we're throwing.
So whenever Linnea is done
we're really amping this up. This is really going to be like 2.0 on the octane.
Yeah,
so we're going to do what, 2 shots of espresso?
2 shots of espresso, just because it is a chai. So my dirty chais.
So you guys get your beans from where? Where do you guys get your beans from?
Columbia River Coffee Roasters. They roast our beans. We've done a.
Where's that bag?
The bag's right here.
Oh, so I heard about this because we were talking about this earlier, guys. Not only do they get their coffee roasted locally, but they've actually got their own blend. So this is their Columbia River Coffee Roasters. This is the Buoy 10 blend, which you can actually buy right here in the shop. They don't sell it at the coffee roaster, but they do sell it here because it's theirs. And it's just, I was actually trying to pick Lexi's mind earlier to kind of find her specific take on what it was that made this the best coffee. Her response was perfect. When you know, and they tasted like a half a dozen different coffees, and this is the one that went off the chain for them. So stop by and grab a bag of this if you really like the coffee. So
yeah, the whole bean we sell for $15, and the ground we sell for $20.
Nice, nice. So you can get it either way. If you got a grinder at home, good. If you don't, they'll take care of it for you here.
Yep, exactly.
So we got the espresso going into the shot glasses.
Yeah, we got the espresso going, and then here's our chai base.
Look at the color on that. I will tell you,
it's interesting.
The colors on that is really good. What's the temperature you guys are brewing at? Do you know?
On the espresso? About 202.
Okay, because I'm not a coffee connoisseur, but I do like good coffee. And I've had a few friends that tell me that depending on the temperature you roast your coffee, it'll change the flavor notes and have different things come out of the bean.
Yeah, so I, myself, my mom, Linnea, and my dad, we have all taken a class with Columbia River Coffee Roasters.
Yeah. So you're like coffeeologists.
And they've taught us a lot. I mean, they've been super incredible with education all the way down to where does the bean come from.
Oh man, that's awesome. Well, and at the end of the day, I mean, we all eat a lot of different foods. We drink a lot of different things. We want to know where our foods are coming from. We want to know what's in them.
Yep.
And, you want to, nope, you're good. You want to make sure that you're not just, eating stuff that's full of a bunch of preservatives. And so you want to kind of know where your food's coming from. You want to know where everything's coming from. You don't want to be, stuffing your pie hole full of preservatives and, GMO products and stuff like that. So we're ready to go here. We're ready
We
to
are.
actually mix our drink.
Yeah, so I put milk in this. So yeah, we're ready to blend. I just got to grab a blender thing.
Right on.
Ice.
So we got the Vitamix blender, got some ice in there.
So this is going to go in here.
Whole beverages going in. Oh, that was a great sound.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
It sounded nice and thick. So that's going to hit the blender for what, about 10, 15 seconds?
Oh,
maybe?
yeah, 10, 15 seconds.
All right, all right. So here we go. Blender's going.
And then I'm going to grab the cup.
Yep.
And we do caramel in this one.
So we're going to put a drizzle of caramel inside the cup as well.
We are. And I'm not a traditional caramel drizzler. So I do my caramel drizzle on the edge.
Nice.
And I like to let her
How you doing, boss?
get a little bit dripped.
Nice. So we got a nice little drizzle drip going down the inside of that cup. Check that out, guys.
Yeah, and then we take our cinnamon.
You know, I'll tell you right now, that would be awesome for like a Halloween drink.
Right. I usually there's a couple of drinks that I do that there's like a drip on the
Put some red food coloring in your caramel and make a little blood drip down the inside. Also, now we're sprinkling some cinnamon.
Yep, this is cinnamon. I just do this just because.
Cinnamon on the caramel inside the cup.
On the caramel inside the cup.
The blender's not going anymore, so we know that's done.
Yep.
That's coming out here. This is I can tell what you were talking about with the difference between that binder that's in there because it's nice and nice and smooth. Yeah. It's not all chunky and icy.
And that's also a big help to the Vitamix too.
Yeah. Oh no, Vitamix blenders are awesome. I love their blenders. Oh, that looks amazing.
And then give you a little caramel drizzle on top.
Oh man, little drizzle of the caramel right across the top.
Do you want whipped cream?
Oh yes.
Okay.
You can't
What kind of question is that, right?
If it has room for whipped cream, the whipped cream belongs in the cup.
That's true. This is true, yeah.
You have a good day. See you later.
Oh my Lord.
And then we'll get more caramel on top.
More caramel on top. Oh guys, I'm already getting the jitters, I think, just from the coffee and the sugar that's going to be in this.
And then a little cinnamon.
And then a sprinkle of cinnamon. Oh, that looks divine, Lexi. I'm not going to lie.
Here's a straw. If you would like a lid, I can give you a lid.
You know, this isn't going to need a lid, but I am going to take
excited.
this. I got to get a close-up of this, you guys. You got to see what this sucker looks like. So this right here is what you get when you make a cinnamon roll into a beverage.
It is.
So let's give this a taste. I got to try it out.
That is blue raspberry green apple.
Oh.
What do you think?
Wow. Holy cow. That has got a punch of cinnamon.
Isn't it good?
That just, ooh. I literally, look at it. I
Your
got
hairs are
goosebumps.
standing up.
I got goosebumps from this beverage. This is off the chain. Wow. The consistency of the drink is the best part about this. It's not at all what I expected as far as being like a chunky, crunchy, icy drink.
Like being a blended drink.
It's not your typical blended beverage at all.
And that's a lot with the help of the blender powder.
Oh.
And like a lot of my coffee shop friends, I've got a lot of coffee shop friends. I always tell them, because I'm not a gatekeeper, so I'm one that tells you and helps people out. And I'm like, this is gonna make your product quality better. And so, you know, I mean, it just shows.
I'm not gonna lie, Lexi. The cinnamon and the caramel, my mouth is watering as I'm trying to talk about this. The cinnamon and the caramel really do combine for a great flavor, and it tastes exactly like a cinnamon roll.
Yep.
This is probably one of the best foods that's been turned into a drink that I think I've ever had.
Good.
I'm not going to lie.
Like it.
You guys got to come down here and check out Buoy Espresso here in Ilwaco. Come down, say hi to Lexi, say hi to Linnea. If you happen to see Mike running around here, he might be at the window. He's one of the other owners. He helps run this shop. Come
Mom's
down
running around
and
somewhere too.
See these ladies and say hi. Stop by. If you got a four-legged furry, bring them with you, and they'll get a little pup-a-chino when they hit the window. But definitely come down there and see these guys. Until next time, guys, cheers and beach appetit from your friendly neighborhood Peninsula foodie.
Bye.
Bye, guys.